Hello and welcome. My name is Vladimir and this is Anna, we co-founders of Moreboats. And we're here to tell you more about this company. The Moreboats is the innovative boating marketplace. So, the boating is my passion. My dad taught me how to sail, and I was racing Olympic-class sailboats since I was 12. So now I'm teaching my son how to sail, and he loves it. When we came to the United States, I went online to look for a boat, and to my surprise I found that many of the websites were outdated and information was scattered. There was a great frustration. That's how the idea about Moreboats came along.
Okay, so he is more like a professional sailor, right? But you guys might have a question. How big actually is the boating industry, right? Boating industry represents $36 billion in direct sales of products and services. Every year, 1.5 million of boats get sold, and sales generate $17 billion. But what's more interesting about the whole industry is that only 14% of those sales are influenced by internet. And if we compare it with automotive industry, where almost 60% of sales are driven by online channels, you discover a $7 billion gap. Or we prefer to call it an opportunity for ourselves. So how do we address that gap? We created a solution, which is the marketplace that helps boat dealers to sell more boats online by connecting them with real buyers. And to do that, we bring together 4 components. The first one is performance-based model, which was actually released last year. And the next one is opening up an inventory distribution, integrations, and as well as creating unique buyer tools. And it actually works, and it starts with one search.
We have a short product demo here. So, search for a boat is really easy on our platform. You look for a boat result page, and you find the boat that you like. Then you look through the specs of the boat location, description, and similar boats if you want. You open and see through the high resolution pictures and videos. If you like the boat, you can contact the seller directly. And that's how your boat adventure begins.
So we enter the market with a very simple business model, which we charge per lead or per sale. And in a boat selling segment, it generates a potential of 36 million of revenue for us, and another 25 million of revenue potentially comes from service market, lead generation for service market as well. So what do we have right now? Right now we have over 1.7 billion worth of inventory on our platform. We're representing 10 paying clients. 3 of them are the biggest brokers in the United States. We have 15 trial clients as well. And we're growing our monthly users at the growth rate of 25%. And as any great company, of course, we have a great competition. But what really truly sets us apart is the performance-based model, which we are the only company who introduces in this industry. The next big thing for us is going to be opening inventory distribution for dealers and creating white label search results as well. Company-wise, we are co-founders, we're also boaters. We have our master's degrees in computer science and experience growing startups. Our team comes from companies like 100 Dentist, MySpace, RevLocal, and we are funded currently and we're preparing to raise professional seed round.
So as you can see, we're creating the breakthrough. As Zillow created the breakthrough in real estate, TrueCar changing the car buying process, Moreboats drives more sales to the boating industry and makes boat buying process easy and fun for everyone. Here's our contact information. We're a startup based in Los Angeles. If you have any questions, please contact us. We're here till Friday.
Thank you. Thank you. And now questions from our judges.
Yeah. So one thing that I didn't quite understand, I think there's 10,000 boats listed on the platform, but you have only 10 clients, right? So that suggests some kind of distribution model that is not. It's not a, you don't look at your sellers, the boat sellers as your customers, but you look at the brokers as your customers, and so you're probably providing a platform for brokers, not a platform for consumers. I'm asking, and also, if I have a boat to sell, can I just go directly to your site, or do I need to go through one of the brokers?
It's a really great question, thank you. And we're not addressing currently the private seller market, but it's in the plans to do it, because boat brokers, they sell just a fraction of the entire boat sales, entire boats, and the private sector is very attractive. But initially, to get traction, we need to acquire a large inventory to get traffic. That's why we're approaching the biggest dealers in the United States first, and then our plans to acquire private sector as well.
I agree with you that most boating classified sites absolutely suck. I bought my dinghy on Craigslist with no photo. What I'm trying to understand is, clearly you cracked the user interface, the user experience part of web presence for the boating sites. But what's the actual innovation? What is maybe it's that performance-based aspect of it. Can you elaborate on that? What is the real innovation beyond the interface?
Sure. So definitely performance-based model is part of it on the business side of things. So it's part of a unique value proposition for us right there. Possibility of going into pay-per-sale model is very attractive to us, because right now we have an infrastructure for that with the companies like Yacht Closer, who actually go and lead the whole inventory from the beginning to the sale prospect, and it's really easy to see. And on this customer side, though, our value proposition is that what we're raising money for. There is lack of unique buyer tools. So for example, if you're looking to buy a boat, you have no idea what's affordability, what you can afford. Moreover, there's no idea of, if I can afford it, what's available. So definitely we have a power to create that type of tool when we have inventory and connect to the manufacturer or dealership to bring it to all in one place. Does it answer your question?
So for instance, if you're looking to buy a boat, you don't know how much sleep gonna cost you. You don't know what's the fuel cost, what's the maintenance fees, where you're gonna store it, or it's gonna be in marina, probably in the water. All this information is missing completely. We're gonna create tools in one place for the buyers, so they can get all of this and be ready to buy and confident.
Got it. Thank you.
So I'm struggling a little bit with market sizing, whether you've chosen the optimum business model here. When I look at the boats you listed on site, they seem to be averaging around 30, 35K each. At $280 a sale, that's less than 1%. At 35 billion sales in the market, that's 350 million times 14%. Currently online is 50 million bucks being sold if you use your business model online. And that includes non-broker. You factor in non-broker, then you're down to about 26 million current market opportunity. Would it make more sense to use predictive analytics, try to judge when someone's likely to buy a boat, what type of boat they're likely to buy, and then actually buy them yourselves and try flipping it to the dealer?
It's a really interesting question. You want to answer this?
That's right. I didn't quite get the math. So basically, I would probably need to look at that. What you're addressing specifically is that why does it make sense to create a platform versus just flip the boats? That's what you're saying, right? In terms of the model. And for us, it's not really interesting to flip the boats. We're not into the boat selling. We're not a broker. We don't want to be a broker. We have a unique background of creating the technology to disrupting the industry, and that's what's interesting for us. In terms of the business model, we chose the business model specifically to enter the market. So it's a part of our go into market strategy, where it's easier for broker. It's easier to get the inventory that way. And then there are a lot more services that we can provide for broker and dealer at the higher pricing. For example, white label search, opening distribution platforms for inventory because it doesn't exist for brokers whatsoever. So that would be a big part of our revenue in the future, not only pay-per-lead model.
And plus, we have like really big dealers who sell luxury items like multi-million-dollar yachts. With those, we work on a pay-per-sale basis. We find the client, we get a percentage of the sale. It's a big ticket items.
Okay. No more questions. So let's send more boats.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.